afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master propaganda hero, psych defender of the fatherland, off here to a 1v1 on. Yes, it's for once not family approach, it is Bocage. In the north, it is Pax Ajax, fighting for America, freedom, the American dream, the military-industrial complex. Taking on the role here of the 3rd Armoured Division with Rifle Company, Heavy Cavalry and Mechanized. In the south it is Prabuty and the Oberkommandwest, Germany, Deutschland. Taking on the role here of the 2nd Panzer Division with Scavenge, with Thorough Salvage, Flak Panzerfears, Jägerlad Infantry Recon Squads, Infiltration Tactics, Howitzer Barrages, versus Rifle Company with EC8s, Rifle Defensive Structures, Advanced Infantry Equipment, M3 half-tracks, and White Phosphorus Smoke Barrages. A double filter start versus double rifle start, and as always, a big hearty thanks to my patron supporters, my own company heroes who keep the war effort going. Big thanks to every single one of you. Other people who join the ranks, become part of that company who's the Propaganda Legion by pledging on Patreon themselves, or they can consider a one-time donation via PayPal. Links in the description. Another way to support, but also gain some for yourself, is by pre-ordering company's fee through the link in the comments, in which case, if you use the CoH2 3G, branding, I get a cut of the sale, about 15%, so that's a nice way to both get the game and help me out. And finally, you can comment, like, share, subscribe. That's also a nice way to help me out there without having to spend money. So, 3rd Rifle Squad there for Pax Ajax, 3rd Full Squad there for Prabuty. Rifle Company there, certainly one of the more fun commanders, with, of course, the Brad Pitt tank, aka the EC8 with the Brad Pitt upgrade. Prabuty there with Scavenge. We've seen a slight surge in popularity of late there. Small Oberkommandwest players are experimenting with the Ostwind Flak Panzer Rush. But there you go, in the east side here, Prabuty's full squad Sturmpionen caught the Rifle Squad, staying at a safe distance here, but also crucially staying within such a distance they can easily focus down to, say, a charging Sturm Pioneer squad. As obviously, what Prabuty will, of course, be trying to do with them is close in on one of the Rifle Squads. In this case, you can see he's quickly moving the other squad. He knows that if the Rifle Squad is isolated, the Sturm Pioneer can rush it down and beat it. So, there's a bit of a game here of trying to, split up the Americans, but at the same time, for Pax Ajax, he kind of needs to also stay in cover. If he runs out into the open, the full squad will gut his man in return there. So it's a bit of a tricky one. There you go. With the arrival of another full squad here, the trap is, or the situation is closing around Pax Ajax. He's forced to retreat here, but more troops arriving. Sturm Pioneer whittled down here again. Ultimately been awkward engagement. Now he can charge the full squad here as now they're isolated. There you go. We do get a Brandhand Grenade signaling an early truck here for Prabuty, but even then the situation is tight. But now we got more full squads moving in here. Just a steady surge from both sides. Lots of corpses here, though. Also taking further losses. There's the M1 Garants of the Riflemen punch through their helmets and uniforms. No grenades here, though, for Pax Ajax to blow through the crowds. With, I imagine Pax Ajax, there we go, going for the Lieutenant. Battle headquarters for Prabuty back in his base there. The Kampfgruppe Hauptquartier. Also, they're being slowly bled out, though, but in the end, it does look like here, due to just sheer concentration, that Prabuty's coming ahead here. Whereas again, Pax Ajax men a bit scattered out, and some of them also quite depleted. So, an absolute slaughter here, to be honest. Just so many men have died over this single munitions point. I mean, there's just corpses everywhere. An absolute slaughterhouse. That was quite brutal there. West side, meanwhile, Rierson's just, had a nice time, except, of course, for all the dead cows. Good lord, dead cows. War truly is horrible. Shut up, Carl. Shut up. Grab the point here. Lieutenant on the way there for Pax Ajax. Recently being charged with the Sturm Pioneer, backed up at the Volksgrenadiers, Sturmgewehrs and K9 TKC. Kampfgruppe Hauptquartier done. Mechanized command upgrade there ready, or battle group support, if you have to be fancy. So that'll probably be a flak half-track here for Prabuty to put pressure on Pax Ajax, who looks going to try and make another push for the fuel point there, though of course again he's doing so with somewhat depleted infantry. He can of course lay down sandbags with the rifle squads thanks to Rifleman defensive structures, mines even. But meanwhile though, Prabuty of course is something to do something similar here against Pax Ajax, rushing straight for the carve point. Mechanized command post there for Prabuty. Lightly going to result here to a light tank to face off against Prabuty. Next for Pax Ajax, going to go for the Stuart, not Prabuty. My apologies there sometimes. I can mix up names there. Particularly they start both with the same letter for some reason. It's a bit of a funny thing there. Reason was the full grenades up here. So back here for Prabuty. No flak half track yet, but it is close. There we go. The 251-17 early model. There would later be the Model D, which went for a more turreted design in a sense there for the flak gun, and may possibly also been sort of used to help transport infantry as well there, turning into sort of like an infantry fighting vehicle of the very early kinds, I suppose, if you will, but hard to say there. Fulton fling around there, 5th gun away there for Pax Ajax, Sturm Pioneer routed. Fulton charging straight at him here as well. Not a great engagement for Prabuty. As always, the Lieutenant here provides a significant boost of firepower there with his Thompson, and can basically beat most squads of the early ones easily, like in one-on-one situations there. Though, of course, with the rifle foots with the assault rifles, the situation turns a bit against Pax Ajax. He does have the 5th gun on the way. You can also go for the Stuart Light Tank now, the M5A1. Meanwhile there, Prabuty keeps up the assault there for Deutschland against Pax Ajax northern flank here. That's it, though. Pax Ajax, although there's great map control here versus Prabuty, as you might notice, holding both field points. Flak half track being rushed eastwards there, fighting position being prepared here by the riflemen. Though, as you might notice there, Pax Ajax very wide to the side. Perhaps it was time to cancel it once it saw the flak half track. Oh, it's that fighting position would have just been a waste of manpower. But there you go. With the sighting of the flak half track, he does go for the M5A1 Stuart Light Tank. 5th car backing up here in the west. Fulton's definitely not a great spot. East side here, the route squad there is overwhelmed here as Prabuty churns in more infantry there and rushes the flak half track westwards. Bit risky though, knowing the 5th car is there. It could pop armor piercing rounds, in which case his flak half track could very quickly become a flat half track. East side, they're pushing up the fuel point there. Back at base here for Prabuty. Medics have been laid up there as well. But overall, Pax Ajax is just enjoying strong map control versus Prabuty. Prabuty is struggling here against Pax Ajax. Rapid engagement. There you go. 5th car there with armor piercing rounds. A few shots there through the frontal armor. The 251-17. Which will later be replaced by the 251-21. I believe it was 23. Keep mixing up those numbers. But our way, what was known as the flak drilling, which mounted 3 15 or 20mm guns there. Basically, old aircraft machine guns. Or machine autocannons in a sense there. Obviously quite nasty against infantry and lighter vehicles. But little fun fact there as well. Ambulance on the way there for Pax Ajax. Also pushing efforts against the fuel point there. Samex being laid down, but not in time here to withstand the advancing German army. But there you go. The Stuart Light Tank that was here to save the day. And Prabuty just does not have any anti-tank weapons. Not a Kedmevers, no Panzerschrecks. Zip. So this is a pretty great spot there for Pax Ajax versus Prabuty at the moment. Like, he's already got good map control, fuel points wise he's leading. And the situation for Prabuty here is just not exactly what we'd call an improving situation. 5th car on the west, though, it is by now fairly overextended on it in a sense, like it doesn't have any support. In fact, he's moving it forwards right into a German assault here. Definitely not a great spot, and there you go. Now the entire left flank is open. Prabuty or Pax Ajax could throw a wrench into it with the Stuart. If supported well with infantry, it could really mess things up there for Prabuty. I imagine, by the way, that Prabuty's next priority will be a Raketen effort, probably even 2 here, because at this stage you have to imagine Prabuty is going to be slowly starting to get concerned here about the possibility of an armor rush here from Pax Ajax in the near future if he keeps maintaining fuel control there. Panzerschreck on the Sturm Pioneer there, the Raketen Panzerbüchse. Also, they're being sniped at the Stuart Light Tank. Worth noting that Pax Ajax does have a lot of munitions floating about there. Mine sound, by the way, thumbs up. Got some BARs, that means he does have research weapon racks there. Excellent, of course, addition, as always, for the Americans. BARs aplenty, can definitely boost their firepower, and of course, access to bazookas certainly doesn't hurt either if you can get enough volume of them in. For now, I imagine the priority is going to be on BARs, then later on some bazookas. Back here for Prabuty. Not much else going on there. Certainly, though, if he's playing for the Austrian Rush, that might just be, so to say, in a sense, chancy to turn the game around there. But that said, the fuel harassment and fuel control from Pax Ajax is making it a very tough deal for Prabuty to pull off. So, But if he can somehow get it out in the near future, it could maybe help him out there. But it's going to be tough, though. It's going to be tough without a doubt. Stuart there, though, taking heavy hits from the cannon for there. It's 8 hitting him a rocket there, punching straight for the Stuart. Worth noting, the cannon was just basically a Panzer straight in anti-tank gun form with, you know, better range and accuracy. Because, again, sort of like, you know, a real slight difference setup there. But at the same time, ultimately lost out because it turns out Panzer strikes are just better to use because logistically they're a lot easier to work with. That shows you see the big thing there. Jaeger's out here for Prabuty. Put pressure on the American here. Flak have been caught with the rifleman, but the riflemen are basically out of cover, so target practice here for the flak half track effectively. Nice flank here on the 5th cup of the Volksgrenadiers. Pax Ajax here, but he can start taking up soon. In fact, he can do so already now. Of course, one that he does is another matter. In fact, he's going for another 50 cal, but he could still take up. We'll still go for the major. Each side, we got the full of the rifle squad clashing out. He backed up with the ESMs and then M1 carbines. Of course, they're being milled out with the rifle squad at close range. Absolutely massacred, even. In the center, sandbags wrecked. Second, 5th cal almost down there for Pax Ajax. Freedom and Democracy. Rifle squad needs to being hammered by the flak half track. In the center, though, continued pressure on the Stuart light tank from Prabuty. And the 2nd Panzerdivisions Panzerjägers. Captain almost for Pax Ajax. That is a bit unexpected. I'm not entirely sure why he's going for it either. I'm guessing it's, you know, the flak half track backed up anti-tank weapons that's making Pax Ajax perhaps a bit hesitant here versus Prabuty. Bit hard to say, really. I mean, he obviously wants the anti-tank guns, but arguably just go for bazookas instead and just skip the anti-tank and just go for the major faster. I mean, obviously it's not a huge fuel drop either. I mean, it's not like it costs a lot of fuel to go for the captain. Still, I think he'd, like, you know, prioritize, like, you know, the major rushing out for some tanks fast here versus Prabuty. So it is a slightly odd choice. Not necessarily bad, just not one I'd expect. Stood here, they're going for the flak half track. Of course, there's the benefit of the captain. He just gets another infantry unit, obviously, which, again, like the lieutenant, fights above, you know, the average, thanks to as well A. Thompson. And, of course, in this case, you need to be equipped with a BAR. So, in that regard, like, you know, it's not terrible at all, as I said. It's just not what I'd quite expect here. Jaegers down the flank here. No T-foot fierce there, though, for Prabuty's Jaegers. In fact, he's called in a 2nd Jaeger squad, which pushes him up into a large amount of infantry, a total of 6 squads here as opposed to 5 squads. Which does make the captain then certainly a bit more beneficial if he has to fight off that much German infantry here. Do need to be careful around the Kedden Alpha. West side of 5th goes the MD-34. And he actually went for the mechanized command post on the company command post as well. Going for the pack howitzer. Alright, so that's why. Interesting choice, though. Interesting choice. I'm still not entirely sure why, though. But it does give Prabuty more time to sort of take up himself, get out, let's say, of Ostend here, actually, now. Faster than Pax Ajax may have some tanks to counter that. So, interesting choice. I mean, obviously, with the machine guns and all the infantry is going to be quite helpful, but so could tanks. It's definitely unusual. Down here is the advancing German troops. Got lots of BARs out for his men, though no bazookas. Got the packouts out there, the M175mm. Typically used by paratroopers and by mountain divisions, who typically both, you know, wouldn't quite have access to a lot of trucks and such in those particular units to haul them around there. So they often had to make do with other solutions. That is, people. Shrap Hunter course going up there for Prabuty. And could then rush out for Nosman. We'll have to see if he does try it, though. Timing-wise, of course, it's a bit awkward. Fuel control's also very strong there for Pax Ajax, but at the same time, with Pax Ajax going for the captain, there might be more room here for Prabuty rushing out something there. We'll have to see Stuart, though, gets knocked out. That's a great kill there for Prabuty. Certainly significant blow there to Pax Ajax. We got the pack cards that are being hauled forwards. Ready to bombard those naughty Germans. Eastern point, we see some of the Jaegers. The Germans did have something similar to like the Packhauser. For example, for their mountain units, they had the Gebirgsgeschütze, which is just basically a light infantry gun, but without the gun shields. He's something grabbed by the Kednev, also coming up, they're looking to flank around here. But there you go, 5th Cal Lieutenant on the ready. Worth noting though, despite having access to infiltration tanks, I mean, there's obviously been on a massive munition shortage, so we haven't really seen much of the ability. I do think it is a really powerful one. 5th Cal, they're going straight for the car point. That seems pretty ambitious there by Pax Ajax, but it's quickly halted there. Do get the Osman here for Prabuty. Does pull for the Flak Panzer. 5th coming forward to the Sturm Post more to the center, the west side here. We get a bit more as well from Pax Ajax infantry. Really gaining that strong map control, but likely gonna be halted pretty aggressively by the Osman, because Pax Ajax is obviously not close to any tanks, but it also doesn't have any anti-tank weapons. Like, he's got no bazookas, no anti-tank gun, nothing. That said, of course, with a captain, he could supervise our anti-tank guns relatively fast. That's about it. Really, until then, though, he's going to be possibly at the mercy of the Ostwind here, so. An interesting situation in the sense there. North here trying to hit the cutoff point there, though that's set, unless he gets some other points, well, it's not going to matter too much, and there you go, it does hit the other crucial cutoff point there, so that way he actually cuts off the entire northern half here. Well, in theory, would have had if hadn't the Sturm Pioneer's been pushed off. Ostwind sending out for Prabuty. And the 2nd Panzer Division gaining there, the Lieutenant. And quickly sending him routed off across the fields. Fifth gun in trouble. So we've got the rafts coming up here for Pax Ajax. Jaegers nearby, salvaging while cloaked. Interesting. I didn't know you could do that. Of course, thanks to thorough salvage, also gives some munitions. That's obviously pretty handy there for Prabuti's forces. And there you go, we do have the anti-tank out here for Pax Ajax. Got a lot of troops reinforced though, but still, this is a great opportunity for Prabuty, and he's clearly like just relishing it, just charging ahead here, moving vorwärts für Deutschland. Hitting all those valuable cut-off points. And already just getting back here at Pax Ajax. Who, by the way, still hasn't taken up. In part again, the manpower shortage now is making it a bit tougher. Plus, having to go for anti-tank guns. So, there's definitely, I think, some more room for now for Prabuty to like, really exploit the situation versus Pax Ajax here. Of course, he should be mindful not to get too overconfident here, as the M1 anti-tank gun can quickly punish any hubris very fast in that department due to its high rate of fire. Patrick the Jaegers there, tank from the south here. Osman being pushed back. Center, they got the 5th setting up there. Go, Brandhand Grenade. Could also gone for a grenade assault, obviously, but the incendiary grenade does the trick in the southeast. Also, the advancing raft squad here. Do we get any grenade assault here from Prabuty? Nope. Instead, looks like we might get a wipe there. Yep. Another cannon for Prabuty and the German army. Still no tech for Pax Ajax, though. I mean, for someone with like a significant fuel lead, he is not quite leveraging it. He is finally going for the major, though. And we'll be able to go for the EC8 once it's done, but arguably could have that set up a bit better. Second camera there for Prabuty. He's also concerned about a possible EC8 or any kind of German tank here. Of course, he doesn't know that Pax Ajax is still some time away from it. That, of course, doesn't mean you should get sloppy. Black Panther could do with some light repairs. It is close to Veterans 1. Now we got Pax Ajax rapidly advancing here. We got more mines, of course, laid down by him previously. Thumbs up to that. We do also have a bazooka team now here for Pax Ajax, providing himself with crucial anti-tank assets. Season Eastern victory point. We got 131 versus 373. Certainly looking a bit rough there for Prabuty versus Pax Ajax. Osman pushing Eve is going to catch the Ralph squad here on the Eastern victory point. There we go. Ripping through those Verdammten Amerikaner. Got the Major out there for Pax Ajax. Likely going to be equipped with bazookas. Or the Lieutenant is also being equipped with bazookas. Actually hasn't... interesting. Can turn these, of course, into a 2 bazooka squad team. We should, of course, see if that is what Pax Ajax does. So we actually intend to grab the BAR and only realised too late it was a bazooka. Beautiful coming the flank here. 5th Cal setting up, it's going to get flanked with the Jaegers. There we go, grenade assault here, thumbs up. Again, oh look, but I think fairly good ability. And there you go, Brandhand Granada again here. 5th Cal repositioning against the Jaegers now. Pack Carter there with 1 kill though, so far. Oh, up to 3 kills. That is a definite improvement there on kill rate. 120 versus 373. Prabuty releases something like that map control versus Pax Ajax. And Pax Ajax obviously needs to get out some tanks here versus the Germans. He needs those Brad Pitts out on the field, damn it.
Our supply line's cut. Germans are making a push.
Got the bazooka there dropped.
The enemy is overrunning.
Sturmpion moving forwards. Osman there turning into the Americans there. Veterans 1 achieved 3 kills. 5th Cal there. Everything apart, the Jumpers do secure themselves the Panzer Shrek, form up to a slightly more formidable anti-tank team. Jaegers caught here with the other 5th Cal there. Looking to flank in around here. I think Prabuti's left flank here on the eastern side. And I think he's realising what's going on. They're starting to pull back here. Akademiev also needs to get the hell out of there before that gets turned into an American weapon. Back here, troop reinforcing healing. Closing in on that EC8 though, closing in easily has the fuel, but the manpower is definitely where the bottleneck is right now for Pax Ajax in terms of acquiring new things. Pack hard to bombard here in the MD-34 on the Jaegers. Closing in 2 here on the Pack Howitzer. East of them grab Ralph Squad, sandbags down. Black Panzer moving vorwärts für Deutschland. Flanking in the 5th Cal there. 5th Anti-Tank, they're not positioned to deal with that easily. But of course, can quickly turn around to deal with it easily. We got 103 versus 373. Prabuty still needs to work on these victory points. We could very well end up losing on that easily at this stage. He's closing in, I think, on a Panzer IV here, the Panzerkampfwagen 4 aus von J. Pax Ajax continues to act itself a fair amount of manpower bleeding here versus Prabuty, which keeps holding him back from getting a tank, which then ironically holds him back from getting... keeps him bleeding, which again then keeps him from getting a tank here. So I think Pax Ajax needs to, like, you know, tighten his belt in for a bit this and get out some tanks, because getting out a tank that would do a lot then keeping, like, you know, his other infantry a bit more alive here. Meanwhile, Prabuty there can't go for the Panther IV now. Hasn't done it. It is possible here that Prabuty might be thinking going for a Panther now instead of just going for the Panther IV. We'll have to see, but the fact is not going for the Panther IV does make me think so. So when you factor in he's got like bulletin for the Panther IV there, so him not going for it when he has the resources does appear a bit odd. And we got a Panzer Shrek dropped here. Please pick that up and turn against Prabuty. That would certainly be a nightmare for Prabuty if the Panzer Shrek were to fall into his hands. There we go. Sherman weather for Pax Ajax, the EC8.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
Panther IV, they're halfway done. He does go for it in the end. It does look like the Panther, but it's Prabuty was just too caught up in the front line. And certainly with the victory points they are, you can't blame them entirely. Pack out bombarding, Vachny 2 opening up here for the heat barrage, which is certainly even worse against for the infantry to be on the receiving end of. Need to get that machine gun out before it gets hosed. Devastating hit there. We also got the EC out and we got the Brad Pitt commander. Jaegers trying here to put an end to the Pack Outer crew, but of course Brad Pitt will not allow that. Unless the script says so. Black Panzer getting Metty 2 here. 8 kills, 9 kills. Certainly racking up those kills now. Got 10 kills. But the machine crew there's been ended. EC8 flanking up behind here, but it's going to get kidnapped and Panther to death here. A definite mistake here for Pax Ajax. What the cause is, I do not know. Misclick. Too overconfident planning. I do not know. But there's certainly a chance he loses these. He is reducing Sploke decently there to try and keep it alive. The pack outs all trying to take out the kidnappers, but they're all moving out line there. And Titan cleared out here. The situation for Pax Ajax is suddenly going incredibly pear-shaped. Not straight up Texas-shaped, or Florida-shaped even. So there you go. EC8 down, anti-tank crew wiped out. Leaving now Pax Ajax with bazookas and a Panzerschreck. Trying to stop here Prabuty's Panzerwaffe. That is huge here. Massive. Black Panther, Panther chain to there you go. Anti-tank rifle going off here. We got the bazooka teams going here for the Panther 4 and the Flak Panzer. Flak Panzer almost knocked out. Panther 4 has also now seen much better days. But if Pax Ajax cannot finish off these two, he's going to be in a really, really, really bad place. And there you go, Lieutenant flanks here. Takes out the Panther 4, but the Flak Panzer is still at it. And that is easily the biggest threat to Pax Ajax infantry. Can't get rid of that one. That could still be a massive issue here for Pax Ajax. Because while he still has the fuel to go for another tank, the manpower continues to be a massive bottleneck. And we can also see he's actually lost some infantry now as well on top of everything else we got there. Prabuty's Jaegers now with a BAR. Wir Nasebar Jaegers! You're not funny, Otto. Stop it. Oh, you stop it. Also got a smooshed out cow there. Black Panzer need repairs. Sturmpione could also place their Panzerschreck if they want to. Straight to mine, they're losing Friedrich and Wilhelm. Got the HP type of Arm Squad. Quickly route it. Guessing another Panzer for Prabuty eventually. As for Pax Ajax, he can't go for another E-City, and then there we go. Another Brad Pitt there. The stunt double got blown up, obviously. Fortunately, Brad Pitt has a lot of stunt doubles. A lot. MG5 was the 5th car on the west here. Got another E-City out there. Brad Pitt popping out, of course. Black Punch adding in the 5th kill here. Going straight ahead for Deutschland. Closing in there on the veteran free stage there. Rascaldy caught with the Flak Panzer in trouble. We got E6 charging forward here. Brad Pitt lining up the gun. Good shot there in the Austrian Flak Panzer. Rascaldy almost been wiped out. We got the bazooka team here. Without the Panzerschreck, do have a cannon for backing them up. Tank there taking hits, being forced to pull back in the center. Lone 5th cal watching the center here, and the east side is still being gobbled up there by Prabuty and the 2nd Panzer Division. 26 points left though. Prabuty needs to hold these victory points no matter the cost now. Not one step back. Pack house recruit as well there. By a bunch of cooks and bakers who just so coincidentally also happen to know a lot about artillery. East being pushed back here. Bazooka team on the advance. Flak Panzer in repairs here. Prabuty can go for a Panther 4 now. Again, he could, as opposed to attempt to go for a Panther versus the EC8s. That's the power of Brad Pitt. Now he does go for the Panzer 4. EC8 running forward here, which honestly makes the most sense. Whoever shoots at the EC8, good shot there. EC8 they're heavily damaged as the 2 Raketos keep punching away there. Troops reinforcing healing there for Pax Ajax. Prabuty's just got good map control out here versus Pax Ajax, who is definitely starting to struggle here versus Prabuty. Black Panzer very close to Veteran 3. 5th cal being hauled forwards. A few plucky crewmen. We got most of the people basically working on that EC8, fixing it up. Panther 4 almost done. There we go. Another Panther 4 moldy ready for Prabuty and the 2nd Panzer Division. And the EC8 is once more good to go. Veterans you want. Train to on the west with the 5th cal. Black Panther being bombarded here with bazookas and Panther Strike. Veteran feel the gain, increasing mobility, but also rate of fire, making it a much nasty thing to be the shooting end off for infantry. Which once then also proceeds to hit Veteran 4 that gives it a damage bonus. At which point the Osman is a real monster of infantry. With the east side here, 5th coming forth with a quickly rounded Panther forming towards the centre. Artillery here, raining down death from above here on Pax Ajax positions, forced to fall back here to a more defensive position that is not getting hammered by German artillery. Western or northern victory point seized here by Pax Ajax. A small victory here. Meanwhile, though, Prabuty advances for Deutschland. Charging forwards again from the base, though. Pax Ajax tries his best not to concede any more ground to the Germans, but Prabuty is clearly very insistent. Panther 4 being met here with severe rocket fire from Pax Ajax forces. Panther Strike and Bazooka, they're firing away at it. They're having a bit of a tough time actually hitting it. In fact, might even lose to the 10 on this rate. There you go. Panther Strike dropped here. Can't pick it up with the Ralph squad. Damage engine here, though, on Prabuty's Panzerkampfwagen. On the west side here, flying around the 5th, will be halted here. Flak Panzer, though, is almost fully fixed up. Could actually rush it into here with that now. And we got Pax Ajax, EC8 not Veteran 2 charging headed for freedom for Brad Pitt. Panther 4 almost knocked up, but the EC8 needs more to tank weapons up here. Shots bouncing here or missing. Flak Panther going for the machine gun there. Now the machine gun flanked by the Bar Jaegers then wiped out. And the Panther 4 goes up in flames. A good kill there for Pax Ajax, though there's certainly troubles on other horizons. Manpower-wise, he's still trying to get more tanks. EC8 there, though, with 8 kills, 22 so looking like it's doing alright. Jaegers rushing for the 5th cal. Western fuel pumping, or northern one. Being grabbed there by the MD-34. Jaegers pushing back the machine gun there, though. Black Panther is good to go almost. Prabuty, though, is feeling the wrath here of Pax Ajax. 26 versus 221. Also got the machine gun there abandoned. Still, actually. Bit surprised that Prabuty hasn't bothered grabbing it back. Or even salvaged it, at least. Could still find some fuel and munition, but there you go. Prabuty finally realizes, oh yeah, he can recruit that. Eastern forts not fully repaired, by the way. That's a big mistake there by Pax Ajax, honestly. And does cost them the EC8 here. Great for Prabuty, but certainly a bit of a blunder there by Pax Ajax. Captain in the west was the MD-34 Manson nearly getting to heavy cover, which point the machine gun will lose versus a Barr and Thompson wielding unit while in no cover. There's an easy kill there for Pax Ajax. Certainly is looking pretty rough from in a lot of other respects here. The Flak Panzer is a massive threat to them, even if it is heavily damaged at the moment. As long as he just stays clear of like the bazookas, he should be largely safe here. Another EC there for Pax Ajax. Machine gun there wiped out. Oh, Veteran 4 they gained and almost got the Ralph squad here. Got 26 to 189. Also, the retreating Ralph squad, that is a very likely wipe here on Pax Ajax, unless he has the devil's own luck, which it turns out he didn't. Pack Howitzer crew, they caught in a bit of a trouble there, so you got the Bar Jaegers to move there, backed up by Fulton Grenadiers.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
And we got that EC almost done.
Our supply line just got cut off.
The Brad Pitt ready to pop out. Plus, of course, stunt double in reserve. I hear they grow them on a farm outside of Duluth.
Tank upgrade complete.
5th Gallon Torture. Actually, there's an MG-34. Actually managed to pick one up there, though it's not going to help much at this stage against the Bar Jaegers. Osman there turning to the retreating troops here. Another wipe then, Pax Ajax. His position's actually looking like pretty tough here. Prabuty can of course go for another Panther 4 now, or a Yak Panzer 4. I suppose he might try for a Panther, but I think Just the Panther Force is honestly more cost efficient. Grabbing these southern points. Booby trapping the eastern victory point there. Straight into the 5th cal there, manned by a few plucky Jaegers. Could call in an artillery strike there if he wanted to. He does go for the Panther now, actually. That's a bit of a surprise, considering like he had plenty of other opportunities before, but didn't, and now decides he wants to. Fair enough, I guess.
Our supply line just got cut off.
Ultimate forwards. Another fresh push there from the base. Trying to make his way forwards here, but Pax Ajax is looking to block down here Prabuty and prevent him from moving forwards. Got the machine gun setting up here. They of course still have the artillery strike ready here for Prabuty. Panther's almost done. Get the light skirmish and the EC Jaegers was the captain there. And the enemy for the 4 there you got. That is going to be the artillery strike here against it. That will force Pax Ajax to pull it back or lose it. Go, didn't move it, so he's going to lose it. Unless he gets very lucky. Which he actually did. What the hell? Well, he did retreat it, but still, like, you know, you'd figure that would have died, but he didn't. There's some fairly incredible luck there for Pax Ajax. Fairly incredible luck. You see it, they're going for the Flak Panzer near Eastl on that one. You see it almost about to combust. Brad Pitt, of course, got his stunt double ready. Go. There he goes. Well, Brad Pitt stays safe. Panther there, Flak Panzer getting the pack cards with this. I think Pax Ajax may in fact have lost here. And we just look by this near Ace Flak Panzer just virtually full, just ripping through the infantry like it's paper. So there you go, GG, game over. A loss here for Pax Ajax, a victory for Prabuty and for Deutschland. A fierce fight here. Prabuty really led, but tactically, I think, strategically made a few critical errors here, whereas Prabuty, I think, was able to slow turn the game around here, overwhelming his opponent with a solid core of infantry. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell friends, tell family, but don't tell enemies. This is Imperial Danes, cheers, and thank you for watching. Bye, everyone.